Okay, so I went and did my second attempt at stand-up 2 weeks ago, and I bombed. I mean, I know I bombed. Nobody laughed at all. Even my friend who was videotaping didn't laugh at much of what I had to say. And it's either because my material wasn't funny, or because I didn't present it well, or maybe a combination of the two. I don't know. I'm going to do it now to let you guys decide. Hi everybody, happy Thursday. I'm up here, this is my second attempt. My first time I just wung it, I didn't have anything written or prepared. This time I did. Last time I was really nervous and I was in the middle of a joke about me, God, Jesus, and Elvis, and I thought I had shit my pants, so I just kind of cut it short and ran off stage. Turns out it was a false alarm, but I am wearing a pair of Depends this time, so just in case, I'm covered. So the whole point of the God, Elvis, me, and Jesus joke was to kind of segue into some, what I think are some pretty funny epic fail stories on my part. So I will get into one that happened just this past weekend. I had an opportunity to borrow a Harley Davidson for the weekend. The only catch was I had to let the individual hold my truck. I agreed. There was one problem, is that I live in my truck, so now I just let somebody hold my house for the weekend, and sleeping on a Harley Davidson is not comfortable, I promise. So I decided to go visit my mom for the weekend. Panama City Beach, it's a nice ride. It's not too cold. I hop on the bike Friday. I start heading west on I-10. I made it just past Tallahassee, and then this asshole in a Ford Escape cuts me off. I hit my brakes real quick, and that was the only thing that probably saved my life there. If not, it was going the median and risk wiping out there, or getting hit by the Ford Escape, which is not fun. When you're on a motorcycle, if something hits you, you lose. Even a smart car, there is no win. So the best thing to do is just to avoid a collision. But I made this guy aware of what he had done and what I thought about it. I honked the horn, I shot him the bird. Fuck you, buddy. I'm not holding in my anger. Last time I did that, I let it build up and I shot her boyfriend. So, this guy, I guess, got a little offended that I shot him off. You almost killed me, but I'm the asshole because I used the middle finger. So he brakes checks me. I tap my brakes. I go on around him, and I'm just going. I'm over it. I'm done with it. I just want to get to my mama's house. So a couple minutes later, I look back. This guy's on my ass. He's 2 feet away from my rear tire. Didn't want to die that day. I didn't want to mess up my buddy's motorcycle. So I speed up. I kind of do a couple maneuvers, get around some vehicles. This guy's doing his best to keep up. He's not doing too well. But I kind of get up, and I get off at the rest stop. He's not able to make the exit ramp. So that stopped all that nonsense. Now at this point, I just want to catch my breath, get my composure, and then get back on the road. I go grab a Coke Zero. I'm walking around, playing on my phone, not really messing with anybody. Not messing with anybody at all. Not speaking to anyone, minding my own business. Now I go to get back on the bike to leave, and a guy comes up and he starts talking to me. He's asking me about the bike, the motorcycle, this, that, so forth, and so on. I don't mind answering a couple questions, but I'm not trying to make new friends at the rest stop on I-10. I'm just trying to get where I'm going. Then things got interesting. I'm wearing this shirt. It says Property Jacksonville Correctional Facility. Now it's just a novelty hee-hee-ha-ha t-shirt. It doesn't come from the jail. It's not part of the jail. It's not part of any correctional facilities in Florida that I know of. And he says, I can't let you go. And I'm like, why is that? He goes, you know why. I'm like, no, buddy, I really don't. He then tells me, my wife and I, we saw your t-shirt. And I'm like, yeah, you and everybody else here. What's the problem? He goes, my wife's on the phone with 911 right now, and motions behind him. She's on the phone, all right. And I'm like, hold up. you really think that I am an escaped fugitive? He goes, you need to just do the right thing and turn yourself in. And I'm like, is she really on the phone with the police? He goes, oh yeah. I look to my right. This is where the on-ramp is to the rest stop. And sure enough, here comes 3 state troopers. I'm like, fuck. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. And so is your wife. I back away from the motorcycle because I do not want this to get damaged. It's not mine. It's a really nice, beautiful bike. So the cops come up and they kind of do their cars to where, there's no way for me to get away that way. And I'm like, and they've also positioned their vehicles to where nobody's dash cam is pointed towards me. So my mind is, yes, the ass whooping is coming. They get out of their cars, they pull guns. Hands up, behind your back, get down on your knees, get down on the ground. I do everything they tell me to do, of course. They have guns, they have badges, and they have a reputation for killing people. The one thing going through my mind at that point in time was, I'm glad I'm not black. So they come up now. There's one standing over me. There's 2 to the sides. They go to grab my arm, and they're rubbing my arm against the asphalt. Now, if you've ever had your arm rubbed against asphalt, I can tell you 100% it hurts. So they're doing this. I'm naturally wanting to pull away to stop the pain. So then it's stop resisting, stop resisting. The other cop standing over me started kicking me in the head. So they get me cuffed. They pick me up. They take me over to the car. Now, this is not my first rodeo, unfortunately, so I know what comes next. They go to put me in the back of the car. I duck to make sure my head doesn't hit the door frame. Apparently, that was not acceptable. He pulled me back out and made sure my head hit the door frame. So now I'm in the back of the cop car. They have their little powwow. It goes on for about 20 minutes, and they realize that, hey, I am not, in fact, a fugitive from justice. So they had to let me go. Now, the cop's trying to be all buddy-buddy at this point, but the way I feel about it, I was just assaulted by 3 thugs with guns and badges. I don't want to be your friend. I make this very clear to them. The one officer tells me, we could find something to arrest you for. I pull out my phone at this point. I'm like, yeah, buddy. I said, I got this app called iUp Pro, and what it does is it records and uploads automatically. So what would you like to arrest me for then? He shut up. So I go over to my bike. The lady comes up and tries to apologize to me. I'm not in the mood for an apology. I tell her, lady, you're a stupid fucking bitch. Let's think about this for a second. You think that I escaped from jail or prison, got a hold of a pair of jeans, a pair of black and neon green Nikes, a jacket, a wallet, a cell phone, a motorcycle, but couldn't get another shirt, or wasn't smart enough to at least put the shirt on inside out? The officer says, hey, that's not necessary. I look at him and I'm like, what wasn't necessary was kicking me in the head 3 times. So you don't have a whole lot of credibility at this point, buddy. So then I asked the lady, so if I'd been wearing a shirt that said, hi, my name is Jesus Christ, would you have handed me 10% of your money then? Thank y'all very much. My name is Steve. So that's how I intended it. That's not how it ended up on stage, as you'll see in just a moment. So I thought it was funny. When I rehearsed it in my shower, it was hilarious. Maybe it's not. Maybe the people there just don't get my sense of humor. Maybe I suck. Maybe it's just not relatable. It's a younger crowd there. Maybe they're just too young and too stupid to know when they're supposed to laugh. I don't know. Maybe I should do knock-knock jokes. Maybe I just suck. I don't know. I know right now I'm working Thursday nights, so it will be a while before I have another opportunity to go and try to do it. So I'll keep writing. Maybe I'll just keep doing YouTube videos of me doing stand-up in my bedroom for as long as I have a bedroom. Anyway, hope everyone's having a great day. See y'all later. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. This is my second time doing this. The first time I cut it short, I was really nervous and I thought I shit my pants. Thank God it was a false alarm, but this time I came prepared and put on some Depends before I came up here. So I kind of left in the middle of a joke, and I was doing it about me, God, and Elvis, and it was going to segue into some epic fail stories. So I'm just going to go right into that, and I'm going to start with one that happened last week. Last Thursday, I get a call from an acquaintance saying, hey, if you let me borrow your truck this weekend, I'll let you borrow my Harley. Like, fuck yeah. Okay, because I love riding motorcycles. I don't have one anymore, so I jump on board with it. Friday we go make the switch, and he starts to tell me what he needs the truck for. I'm like, bro, you could be doing human trafficking. I'm getting to ride the Harley for the weekend. I don't give a fuck. Unfortunately, I live in my truck, so that created kind of a problem. So I'll go visit my mother in Panama City Beach. I start going west on I-10. I make it past Tallahassee. Then some asshole swerves over and just about kills me. So I slow down. Fuck you, buddy. Honk the horn. You know, because I'm not going to hold my anger in. Last time I did that, I shot her boyfriend. And then I go and I get off at the next rest stop to just kind of clear my head. And I get off, I take off my jacket, I take off the helmet. I'm wearing this shirt here. It says Property of Jacksonville Corrections. It's a joke. We're right next to the jail. I promise I didn't just escape. So I go in and get me a Coke Zero. I'm chilling out. I'm getting ready to leave. A guy comes up to me. He says, hey, nice bike. I'm like, thanks. He goes, what kind is it? I tell him it's a Harley Davidson Road King. And then he tells me, I can't let you leave. And I'm like, why not? And he goes, you know why. Now, at this point, I start hitting the button on my padlock. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this, but it's for helping you get rid of bad habits. I'm fat. I'm trying to lose weight, and so when I want to eat, I just shock myself. The goal is that eventually I'll be able to look down and see my dick. At this point, I'll try just about anything to make that happen. I've already decided if this doesn't work, I'll go ahead and infect myself with HIV. So this guy is literally stopping me from leaving. He says, my wife is on the phone with 911. You need to do the right thing. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? He goes, we saw your shirt. And I'm like, so did 20 other people. And he goes, you need to turn yourself in. I'm like, oh, fuck me. You called the cops for real? He's like, yeah. I look back. Here comes 3 state troopers. So I just kind of get away from the bike at this point because it's not mine. I don't want to get fucked up by the cops. They come in, they pull in, they surround me. They park in a way to none of their dash cams is pointing at me. So I know the ass whooping's coming. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. That's all I got to say about that. You are a fucking idiot. Sure enough, it comes. Hands behind head in your head. Get down on the ground. Then I get swarmed by the 3 cops. They're rubbing my arm into concrete. Stop resisting. I'm like, fuck, you're torturing me. I'm not resisting. I'm just having a natural stimulus to pain. The other cop kicks me in the head 3 times. Yeah, I'm resisting. They throw me in the back of the cop car. Then, of course, 20 minutes later, they realize that I am not an escaped criminal from Jacksonville. Thank goodness. They let me out of the car, and I tell the lady, you're fucking stupid. You really think that I escaped from jail, got on shoes, jeans, a jacket, a phone, a wallet, and couldn't manage to find a different shirt? I mean, seriously. And the cop's like, you don't have to be rude about it. And I'm like, coming from the guy that just kicked me in the head 3 times? So it all kind of worked out at the end there. They were a little concerned that I was going to pursue the issue. And we made a deal. They let me ride all the way to my exit as fast as I wanted on the Harley Davidson, and I didn't get a ticket. So that worked out pretty good. And then the rest of the weekend went pretty well, actually. And that's all I got. Woo!